Hey guys, it's Ryan with the Extra Rep. This is a blog I've been waiting to do for a while now. I've been thinking about it a lot lately because it's something I don't think a lot of people take seriously enough. And today's blog is the power of coaching. So basically, I want to discuss the enormous influence and impact coaches have on the kids they work with. And this doesn't just go for coaches; it really goes for teachers or really anyone who works with kids on a regular basis. And it's something I think we should take very seriously, because when you're dealing with kids on a daily basis, you have such an enormous impact on their lives that sometimes I don't think we realize that. And you have the power to either have an extremely strong influence on their life, or you could destroy their confidence and very powerfully negatively impact their life. And it's something I try to remind myself on a daily basis, and it's one reason why you really need to, when you go into work, leave your personal stuff outside of work and just focus on what you're doing and the vibe and influence you're having on those kids that day. And it's also one reason why I love coaching, is because of that impact you can have. Because I mean, I know personally I have had coaches in my life that have dramatically changed my life. And when you have a really good coach that really helps you and changes you and kind of molds you into the person you are, that sticks with you forever. One of the most influential people in my life was my 8th grade football coach. You know, in 8th grade, you're a little 13-year-old, you haven't hit puberty yet, and to have this person to come into my life and really change who I was and help me out a lot, that's something you don't expect at that age, but at the same time, like I said, it's always stuck with me. And I can still tell you things that he told me that I remember, and I don't think I'll probably ever forget them. So some of you know I'm talking about Tom Ryan, one of my football coaches who passed away when I was in 8th grade. So but I mean, there's other coaches too. I still remember stuff my running back coach told me in high school. For example, I had this one game, I had 225 yards rushing. I didn't have any touchdowns, and I had a really nice breakaway touchdown or breakaway run for 60, 70 yards. Broke probably 4 tackles, and then right inside the 5-yard line, I had one more guy to beat. So I juked him out. I did a little sidestep, but as I did that, I got caught from behind by somebody else who tackled me, and I landed about on the 1-yard line. So they pulled me out. I went out to the sideline and I was feeling pretty good about myself, a little cocky. I was like, "Hey coach, what do you think about that one?" And immediately he goes, stern face, he wasn't smiling, he goes, "Great running backs always find a way to finish." And it wasn't necessarily exactly what he said, but it was what he said at that time. Because he could have been like, "Hey, great run, good work, good effort, whatever," and that would have meant nothing to me. But him saying that at a moment when I was expecting praise completely changed how I ran the ball the rest of the season. From then on out, anytime I saw that end zone, I got in, I made sure I got in the end zone because of what he said, and it really impacted me as an athlete. So my point is you never know what thing you're going to say, what thing you're going to do that's going to dramatically change that person's life. You don't know what that kid's going through always at home or in school or relationship-wise or whatever. They might come in, they just really need someone to believe in them. And in the last few years, I've dealt with a lot of kids. I've seen some kids go from kids to adults. I've seen kids go, through having no confidence to be a very confident athlete, and being able to help them get there. That's a really cool thing. And that's a lot of what we do, is building confidence and believing in those kids. I've had athletes that didn't believe in themselves, and the fact that I believed in them and just kept telling them, like, "No, you're going to be fine, you're going to do great, you will do this, just keep plugging away, just keep going." And then later on they're like, "Holy shit, that guy was right." Like, he saw the potential in me way before I did. And that's something coaches, teachers, like, that's something we need to do. We need to see that potential and help these kids realize that they are important, they are good, they will do good things. But if the kids don't believe in themselves, A lot of time that won't happen. So again, coaches have a huge influence. Another example, one of my good friends, Jeff Law, he just recently passed away, but I know he impacted so many people as a coach. He did it in a little different way. He did it with his, he was a little bit of a jokester, but he did it with his motivation. He always, he made people feel good about themselves. And like I said, that's really important. You make athletes feel good about themselves, you increase their confidence. It goes a long ways. Yeah, so, I mean, when I decided I wanted to be a coach, I decided at a pretty young age. I decided, like, you know what, I want to be a really successful coach. I'm the kind of person, I don't do things half-assed. When I decide I want to do something, I want to be really good at it. So I've always known I wanted to be a successful coach. And when I first moved out to New Jersey, I always thought that being a successful coach was, you had to be the smartest, you have to know everything, you have to have all the certifications. And if you had all those letters behind your name and you knew more than anyone else, you would then be a successful coach and people would know your name and, you'd be a big deal. And well, I've realized a few things in the past few years. And here's the thing, being a successful coach isn't about knowing every single thing there is to know about coaching and the human body and having all the degrees and certifications. Being a successful coach is about the influence you have, the impact you make on other people. That's really all it's about. Because it doesn't matter if you know every little bit of science about the human body. If you aren't able to influence other people, if you're not able to make other people better, then you're not a successful coach. You're just a smart coach. And there's a difference between a smart coach and a successful coach. And I believe a truly successful coach is somebody that when people meet that person, when they interact with that person, they are immediately better. Somebody that can make other people better, positively influence all the people around them, and just raise the bar, the expectations of everyone around them. To me, that's what being a successful coach is now, and what I guess I'm striving for, and I think all coaches should strive for. So, just to wrap up what I went over today, kind of the key is just to constantly think about the impact you're having on other people when you deal with kids, especially whether it's a coach, teacher, whoever, and just realize that you are important. Everything you do, how you help those kids, believe in those kids, it is so, so important, and we shouldn't forget about that. So hopefully this maybe reminded you to think about that, or you took something away from the blog. But anyhow, any feedback, always love feedback. Leave any comments below. Thanks again for watching, and have a great day.